Helena took all the strawberries and ate them all up with her mother. They didn't leave even a single one for Marukala. On the third day, Helena ordered Marukala, "Go into the forest and get me some red apples." The stepmother caught hold of Marukala and, without giving her a chance to speak, pushed her out of the door and shut it after her. Marukala went to the forest again, weeping bitterly. But she didn't wander about this time. She ran straight to the top of the mountain, where the big fire was burning, and the 12 months were sitting round the fire. "Please, kind sirs, help me." Great January nodded and asked her, "What are you looking for today?" "I'm looking for red apples. If I don't bring them, my sister and my mother will kill me. Tell me, father, tell me please, where I could find them." Now we see, when Marukala takes the strawberries, Helena and her mother find it difficult to believe that Marukala had successfully managed to gather strawberries. And they are suspicious and they ask Marukala where she found the strawberries. Marukala does not tell them that it was the 12 months who helped her. But she tells them that she found it growing in the forest. Helena takes all the strawberries and eats them all up with her mother. And they don't share anything with Marukala. The next day, they send Marukala out in the forest again, this time ordering her to get apples. Now Marukala, by now she's become smart, and she knows that the only people who can help her are the 12 months. So she goes directly to the top of the mountain, where the big fire is burning and the 12 months are sitting around it. Once again we see that Great January is asking her, "What are you looking for today?" And Marukala tells them that this time her sister and mother are looking for red apples. Great January rose up. He went over to one of the older months. It was September. He handed the club to him and said, "Brother, take the high seat." Month September took the high seat upon the stone and swung the club over the fire. The fire began to burn with a red flame. The snow began to melt, and there was a cold wind that sent the faded leaves down to the ground. It was autumn. Marukala saw just one apple tree with red apples hanging high among its branches. "Shake the tree at once, Marukala," commanded September. Right gladly Marukala shook the tree, and first one apple fell down and then another. "Now, Marukala, that's enough. Run home quickly," shouted the months. Marukala obeyed at once. She picked up the apples, thanked the months with all her heart, and ran merrily home. Helena and the stepmother wondered when they saw Marukala bringing the 2 apples. "Where did you get them?" asked Helena. "Autumn. Autumn is a season between summer and winter, when the weather becomes cooler and the leaves fall off the trees. Obeyed means do what someone says." So when Marukala tells the months that her sister and her mother had asked for apples, Great January goes to September and tells him to take the high seat. When the month September swings the club, the season changes to autumn, and an apple tree grows. Now September commands Marukala to shake the tree, and when Marukala shakes the tree, 2 apples fall down. The months tell Marukala that it is enough, stop shaking the tree, take the apples and go home. Marukala takes the apples, thanks the months, and goes back home. Helena once again is asking Marukala, "Where did you get them?" "I found them in the forest on the high mountain." "And why didn't you bring more, or did you eat them on the way home?" said Helena harshly. "Alas, sister dear, I haven't even tasted them. I shook the tree twice. 2 apples fell down, and they wouldn't let me shake the tree again. They shouted to me to go straight home," protested Marukala. "May you be struck to death by lightning," said the wicked Helena, and began to eat the apple. It tasted so delicious that she told her mother she had never tasted anything so nice in all her life. The stepmother liked it too. When they had finished, they wanted some more. Protested means raise objections. Delicious means with a pleasant taste. So, Helena is asking Marukala that, "Why did you bring only 2? Why did you not bring more?" So Marukala is trying to explain. She tells them that she shook the tree twice and 2 apples fell down and she got it for them. But they are suspicious and they feel that maybe Marukala had eaten some of the apples. Helena and the mother both ate the apple and it tasted very nice. Both Helena and her mother wanted more. "Mother, give me my fur coat. Let's go to the forest ourselves and get the apples. That ragged little wretch would eat them all up again on her way home. We'll find the place all right, and I'll shake them all down, however they shout at me." Her mother agreed readily. They wrapped themselves in fur coats and shawls and off they went to the forest. The snow lay deep and they wandered about for a long time. But at last they saw the top of the mountain where the big fire was burning and the 12 months were sitting. They stepped up to the fire and stretched out their hands to warm them without asking permission or speaking one polite word. Ragged means untidy and wearing old and torn clothes. Readily means willingly. Polite means good manners. So we see Helena and her mother both wanted more apples, but they did not trust Marukala. Helena felt that if they sent Marukala again to get the apples, she might eat them on her way home. So, mother and daughter both take their fur coats and shawls and went into the forest in search of the apple tree. They wandered about for some time and finally saw the big fire where the 12 months were sitting. They went to the fire, stretched out their hands and started warming themselves without taking permission or speaking politely to the 12 months. "Why have you come here and what are you looking for?" asked Great January crossly. "Why do you want to know, you old fool?" replied Helena angrily. "It's no business of yours," said her mother. Great January frowned and swung the club over his head. The sky grew dark in a moment. The fire burned low. The snow began to fall thick and an icy wind began to blow through the forest. Helena and her mother couldn't see one step in front of them. They tried to find their way out, but the snow fell in huge masses, and soon they were lost in it. At home, Marukala waited and waited, and yet Helena and her mother did not come back. When she went to search for them, she found neither her mother and sister nor the 12 months in the forest. At last she returned home sadly. So good Marukala inherited the cottage and the land around it. She married a kind husband and they both lived happily ever after. No business of yours means no right to ask. Frowned means expression indicating disapproval. Inherited means received from someone who has died. So we see when Helena and the mother, without asking permission from the 12 months, started warming themselves, Great January was angry and he asked them why they had come and what were they looking for. At this point, Helena is angry and she is telling them that why does he want to know? And she insults him by calling him old fool. Her mother also says that he doesn't have any right to ask them. Great January is angry and he swings his club over his head. The fire burns low and the snow begins to fall. The icy wind begins to blow through the forest. And because of this, Helena and her mother are not able to see anything. They tried to find their way out, but because the snow was falling so heavily, they were lost. Marukula waited for a long time for her sister and the mother. When they did not come back, she went in search of them. But she did not find her mother, her sister, or the 12 months. And sadly, she comes home. At the end, we see that Marukula gets the cottage and the land around it. She marries a kind husband and she finally gets her happily ever after. Children, with this, we finish explanation for this lesson. Thank you for listening. Goodbye and take care.